Welcome back to the channel. Motor Authority titled Iran Sukhoi SU-35 Air Force Deadliest Fighter. The year is 2025, and the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East is shifting again. But this time, it's not because of diplomacy, oil, or sanctions. It's the unmistakable roar of engines in the sky. One fighter jet, in particular, is changing everything. Meet the Sukhoi SU-35, now officially integrated into the Islamic Republic of Iran's Air Force. And no, this isn't a drill. This isn't speculation. It's real. Welcome back to Motor Authority, where power meets precision, and today, we're diving into one of the most game-changing developments in modern aerial warfare. Iran, for the first time in decades, now boasts one of the world's most advanced 4.5 generation multi-role fighters. The Russian-built Sukhoi Su-35, long feared for its agility and deadly capabilities, has found a new home in the skies over Tehran. Let's rewind a bit. Iran has historically struggled with an aging fleet. Much of its air power, like the F-14 Tomcats and MiG-29s, dates back to the late 70s and 80s. Years of sanctions, embargoes, and diplomatic isolation left the Iranian Air Force clinging to outdated equipment. They've done surprisingly well to maintain what they have, often reverse engineering or manufacturing parts in-house. But the fact remains, they were severely outgunned. Enter Russia. After years of negotiations, delays, and rumors, the Su-35 deal was sealed. And 2025 marks the year Iran finally received several units of the aircraft, reportedly around 24 to 30 jets, although the exact number is still classified. What we do know is that these jets are now active, and the implications are massive. So, what makes the Su-35 so special? At first glance, the Sukhoi Su-35 is a beast of raw power. With its twin AL-41 F1S turbofan engines pumping out 32,500 pounds of thrust each, it can push the jet to speeds exceeding Mach 2.25. But speed is just the beginning. This aircraft is designed for domination in the air. It's capable of super maneuverability, meaning it can perform aerial acrobatics that other jets simply cannot. It can turn inside the kill envelope of almost any Western aircraft. We're talking about high angle of attack maneuvers, cobra turns, and high-speed climbs that make dogfighting almost unfair. But it's not just the moves that make it deadly, it's the brains behind it. The Su-35's IC passive electronically scanned array radar can detect targets up to 400 kilometers away and track up to 30 of them simultaneously, engaging 8 at a time. That puts it in the upper league of radar capabilities, rivaling even the F-15X and the Eurofighter Typhoon. It also comes equipped with advanced electronic warfare systems, radar jammers, and decoys that make it exceptionally hard to lock onto, especially for older missile systems. Now combine that with a weapons payload that can carry up to 8,000 ga, roughly 18,000 pounds of ordnance. We're talking about air-to-air missiles like the R-77 and R-73, precision-guided bombs, anti-ship missiles, and even anti-radiation missiles. It's a multi-role monster that can dominate in air superiority, intercept missions, ground attack, and even maritime strike roles. So what does this mean for Iran? This acquisition isn't just symbolic. It's a strategic leap forward. Iran's ability to counter threats in its region just multiplied. With the Su-35, it can now potentially challenge the air power of neighboring states like Saudi Arabia or the UAE, both of which rely on advanced Western aircraft like the F-15 and the Rafale. Even Israel, with its F-35I stealth jets, would need to think twice before entering contested airspace, knowing the Su-35 could be lurking nearby. But the Su-35's real value might not even be in combat, it's in deterrence. Just having these jets means that adversaries need to re-evaluate their calculus. The cost of an airstrike or a bombing run over Iranian territory just got higher. It's not just about dropping bombs, it's about knowing what could be waiting for you up there. And here's where it gets more interesting. Iran isn't just parking these jets in hangars and posing for photos. According to satellite imagery and regional military analysts, Iran has already deployed some Su-35s to key air bases near the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz. That's one of the most strategic choke points in global oil transit. Any conflict in that region could disrupt the entire global energy market. And now, Iran has air superiority tools it never had before. Of course, not everything is perfect. One of the biggest questions is, how effectively can Iran operate and maintain these jets? The Su-35 is advanced, and while Iran has a talented pool of engineers and military technicians, integrating a new fighter jet into your force is no small task. Training, logistics, spare parts, and software integration are all hurdles. Russia is likely assisting, but the learning curve is steep. And then there's the bigger geopolitical picture. This deal cements deeper military ties between Russia and Iran. It's a bold statement, especially at a time when both nations face growing isolation from the West. In many ways, the Su-35 is more than just a weapon, it's a symbol of a shifting alliance system. As NATO strengthens in Europe and tensions rise in Asia, the Middle East is now becoming another critical arena where East and West flex their muscle. There's also the risk of proliferation. With these jets, Iran could now provide cover for proxy forces across the region, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to militias in Syria and Iraq. It could embolden their posture, knowing they have the air power to back it up. And that's got military planners in Tel Aviv, Riyadh, and Washington paying very close attention. Let's not forget the US factor. Washington has already expressed strong concern over the Su-35 transfer, calling it a destabilizing move. Sanctions are already in place, but Iran and Russia seem willing to push forward regardless. The US has also increased its surveillance flights and naval patrols near Iranian airspace, indicating that the Pentagon is not taking this lightly. So what comes next? The answer depends on how Iran uses these aircraft. Will they become a cornerstone of a revamped air doctrine? Or will they be grounded by lack of spare parts and over-reliance on foreign technicians? Time will tell. But one thing is clear, the game has changed. If Iran can truly integrate the Su-35 into its operational framework, pairing it with drones, ground-based missile systems, and asymmetric tactics, so it could develop a multi-layered defense system that's extremely difficult to crack. It wouldn't match US capabilities one-to-one, but it wouldn't have to. All it needs to do is raise the cost of conflict. And the Su-35 does exactly that. To the average viewer, it may just be another jet. Another piece of metal with wings and missiles. But to military strategists, it's a force multiplier. To policymakers, it's a problem that needs constant attention. And to Iran, it's a message to the world, we're not playing catch-up anymore. So the next time you hear about a routine patrol over the Gulf, or a shadow war between Iran and its neighbors, remember this: somewhere up there, a Sukhoi Su-35 might be patrolling, invisible on radar, waiting. It's not just a machine, it's a statement. And in the sky, statements are made with speed, firepower, and precision. Thanks for watching Motor Authority. If you found this deep dive informative, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell for more insights into the world's most powerful machines. Leave a comment below. What do you think the Su-35 means for the future of the Middle East? Is it just hype, or is Iran truly entering a new era of air dominance? Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and remember, in the world of air power, whoever rules the skies writes the rules on the ground.